or maybe some facts, some figure. So these things can be called or termed as a like data. Then we what we do, we basically collect the data and we store it, and for our own purposes or for our own objective we do the analysis. Okay. So another thing is that the data, it may be in different forms, like a numerical values may be there, some images may be there, or some text, or etc etc. Okay. So these things can be the it can define the data, right? Then second more important thing is that types of data. As we know that it may be primary data or it may be secondary data. Then uh, but in GIS and remote sensing, something, these primary and secondary data are there, but the sources are different, and their function different, their sources and their functionality, or I can say that how to use those data, their usefulness. This thing actually differs from one data set to another. And yes, the sources of data, it may be like you can get it from some government sources or some NGO, or like we can get it through survey also. And nowadays satellite imagery plays a very vital role, and you can say that crowdsourcing also play vital role in some cases when data is concerned, right? So another thing is that we discuss about data, but now what is an information? See, the basic difference is that suppose I am having thousand number of data, household data, but I'm not able to reach to a conclusion that what is the use of that. That means if data, if we are going to process it, if we are going to study it in such a way so that that can be used, right? And in that time we can say that, or we can define it as an information. It can be it can be anything. Like suppose I'm a industrialist, and I before going to have the setup of my industry, I need to have different data sets. I need to have the labor data and some other population data, and some other aspects can be stored. So in that cases, the data, they are converted into a meaningful information, right? So this is the basic difference. We are not going in detail, but the key difference like that, the data may be or nature of data, it can be very raw data, unprocessed data maybe. But uh, when uh, when we are going to have the like any visualization or in meaningful planning, so that data is converted into different forms, like it may be in the form of report, in the form of graph, some maps. So these things are there which are usable, or that can be used by us for different purposes. So next slide, yeah, next slide. See, now I am coming back to the our GIS kind of things, or in geography, I can say that what was the condition in earlier days. In this slide, you can see that in earlier days, like we are having different traditional method of data collection. Like we used to send, suppose sometime one pigeons were used to send some typical information to any like in the kingship and king's person, they were using those things. And also like different type of very traditional method were used earlier days, like you know about some discovery like done by Vasco da Gama and some other. So in that cases, some very traditional methods were used. But nowadays you can see that in the very right hand side, some satellites are there, some handheld GPS are there, DGPS machines are there. So thing is that nowadays we are getting so many sophisticated uh, sophisticated machinery, or sophisticated technologies are available which are being used to collect the data sets. And nowadays with the use of GIS and remote sensing or space-based inputs, it is very easy uh, to have the data. Okay, so now in this slide you can see that there are multiple level of data collection. We can have the land surveying, we can go for surveying work, we can have the remote sensing, right? So by using satellite imagery and all, we can have the uh, data, we can collect the data sets. Then in you can see that some mobile mapping are there, that is also used. Mobile based surveying can be done, some aerial survey, some particular designated aerial vehicles can be used to collect the data set. And also you can see some hydrographic surveying can also be planned. And in different your ships we can install some surveying instrument. And also that sonar technology, that is sound navigation system, if you are utilizing that, then we can uh, have the information about the marine organism also, right? So in the right hand side, I was talking about some pigeon and some other means of communication, like that different people, we say that duta, right? In different kings kingdom or राज दरबार, हम लोग कुछ दूत आते थे ना, वो कुछ मैसेंजर जो होते हैं, so they used to be sent by their king or queen to if they want to send some information. So this was the condition, we know it. But now, as we discuss, so these things are changed and we are in a position to have different type of layers of information can be extracted very easily. Okay, so now in this slide, now it is visible to all of you that what is GIS. Now see, yesterday what we have discussed, we discussed in a very lighter sense that what are the application of geoinformatics and all. But from today onwards, like based on your syllabus, because we have to also go through the syllabus, right? So what is GIS? Now in this slide, anyone please confirm me whether my slides are moving properly, right? In such online, actually we need to ask very frequently this question, because we don't know, sometimes slides do not move properly. Okay, so it is moving, right, Mohit? Yeah, okay, thank you. So here you can see that GIS, G stand for geographic, right? And also in GIS, geographical information system, that is the full form. But here what happened now, we have something to do with maps. And in the right side you can see that, in the left side, in the uppermost, you can see that we are basically deal with some maps. And definitely we need to have some computer and maybe laptop or any instrument that can where we can install some software, some designated software. Okay, now here you can see that, and that I want to show you some powerful tools of GIS. Like here, some of the real world problems that can be solved here. Right in the left side, you can see that there are different parks, some sand and gravels, rivers, and some other different parcel, district, street, land use. So these things are there, but these things can be interpreted, can be studied, can be monitored, and we can have the visualization, we can have the manipulation, we can analyze and display those data in a spatial manner. So retrieving of data is also very very important when we are going to study different aspect of a terrain feature. For example, suppose a uh, a country, a big country like our country India, we are having so many landmass, right? Suppose we want to have like we're having around 1000 districts are there. Okay, so suppose I want to have a study on a district basis, that which districts are, like suppose economically which districts are very they comes under higher income category, then medium, then low. But this is one instance. Then in other example you can see that, suppose on the basis of disaster or on the basis of some vulnerability. I want to know that which districts are very prone when cyclone is concerned or when flooding is concerned. So in that scenario also GIS is going to play a very vital role. Okay. Now, in this is a very beautiful slide. Here you can see if you are a very like layman in GIS, then you can see that suppose this is a tree, right? So where is the location of the tree or the location information? You can see some latitude and longitude. In latitude is expressed like in 23 degree 15 minutes some second in north, and like it is west 76, or in India like in northeastern like that. Okay, in northern hemisphere. So any locational information, that is where it is. It is a where, a science of where. Okay, but again we can have different other information that can be added here, like what is the uh, name of that particular tree, and what is the height of that tree, what is the edge of that tree, then what is the canopy cover, right? So this is a very good example. So you can relate it to other things like what is the so suppose for example a building is there. Okay, an educational building is there. So what is the uh, like to which purpose that particular building is used? So these things can be known very easily. And what is the suppose what is the distance of that particular uh, uh, buildings to a particular whether it is vulnerable or not, whether suppose it is lying in a very coastal area, then in that case we can plan that whether uh, it is very close to the coast or it is far away from the coast. So these things can be analyzed, or we can study it in a very scientific manner, right? So now here in this slide you can see that in the left hand side different type of thematic layers are there. It may be a road, buildings, parks, river, and so many thematic based applications are there, and you can integrate these all these data sets in a particular like in a particular things. Okay, in an integrated manner, these all these data sets can be uh, combined to get a very beautiful knowledge of geospatial kind of things. Okay. Now, in this slide, you can see that how actually now question arises how GIS work actually. So I can say that we are having different data, right? We are having spatial data, we are non-spatial data. What is spatial data? Just data which is having some locational information, right? That is a spatial data. About it is having a particular coordinates, that is a spatial data. But the some more information about those data, okay, that is called as spatial non-spatial data or attributional data also sometimes we refer to it. Okay, so now but those data are there and we are having some techniques. So by using those techniques, those data are converted into information in the form of some maps, it may be reports or plans. And obviously different users are there who use those data for based on their needs. Okay, so this is the actually this is the very basic things that in GIS actually uh, we work. Okay, now here in this slide you can see that in GIS actually we deal with different type of formats. Like it may be a raster format, may be a CAD based format, zip file, coverage, geodatabase, some internet based service, some tables are there. So all these data sets can be integrated to a single platform. So now I can say that if you are having any type of data, GIS is capable of uh, इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग दोज डाटा, कुछ भी है कुछ भी डाटा है बट डाटा होना चाहिए, ठीक है, तो दैट कैन बी इंटीग्रेटेड. नाउ in this slide it is very important slide. Here you can see that why GIS. Now we are discussing that GIS is important, GIS is that and that, etc, etc, etc. But What is the main importance of GIS? Why we use GIS? Because we can generate different data, we can assemble data, we can store, analyze, display list of geographical reference data set, and we are in a position to represent those real world to a 2D world, right? So you can see that in the left hand side, a river is there in blue color. Then a suppose a road layer is there uh, black color. Then suppose in this scattered some I can say suppose some vegetations are there, right? So this and or suppose in purely green, can suppose these are the cropland are there. So we are having 4 5 numbers of information are there. So by you can have you can do the combine, you can make the combined of information can be generated, and also individually these data sets can be you can analyze. Okay, so and here important is there convergence with all together. Suppose a person who is having remote sensing background, obviously he or she knows about it. But suppose a person who is having a population geography or demographic kind of things, he or she is interested. So for them also it is useful, and geology, geography, different engineering domain, then ecological kind of things, hydrology, computer science, ICT, environment, atmosphere, marine science, coastal science. So n numbers of applications are there, n numbers of domains are there. These things can be converged all together, right? Yes. So I think now we should have some open discussion, because now I think we have discussed in such way that what is GIS and how it is useful for us, and how it is a convergence or combined kind of things. So if anyone you like to say anything, then please, it is open for all of you. uh, uh, we can have some discussion, then we will go forward, right? So you guys, if you have anything to please ask me, or you can give your own suggestion also, not an issue. नहीं, कुछ नहीं है सब. Yasir ji, you want to speak something? Hello. Or anyone, Mohit Verma, would you like to say something?
No, sir, no doubt at present.
No issue. Okay. Anyone else today? I think Smriti, a new student. I think yesterday. I don't remember whether was available there or not. And I can see new face like Mudita Sukla, and some other like Ekagra, or I don't know. Uh, so if you want to say something, then it is open for you. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'm moving forward because so many slides are there. We need to complete so many things. So you know what are the importance, and in GIS how it is challengeable things also, and what are the importance. As you know, we get so many precision based information, or accurately data can be collected and can be studied. These are the importance I can say. Then, as I was talking about the data, like it may be a spatial data, non-spatial data. As you know that if it is having a particular location like coordinates, then it is called as spatial data, and it is having some application, right? These are called as uh, some different type of application. It may be like urban planning, environmental monitoring, resource management, disaster management, and so on and so on. Okay. Then in non-spatial, or I was telling about the attributional data. If a building is there, what is the location of building? That is called as spatial data. But what is the height of the building, how many storage buildings it is there, or like whether it is a earthquake, whether it is coming under earthquake area or not, or how many families are staying there, or what is the rent of that particular building, or what is the cost of that building. So all means n number of things can be considered. Okay, then another important data is that is temporal data based on the time. Like suppose uh, you want to have a trend based analysis, right? So what was the condition of suppose a city like Bhubaneswar? Okay, you want to know before 50 years what was the condition of Bhubaneswar, and now what is the condition, and in future how it is going to be changed, or urban sprawl. So these things can be studied very easily. Okay. Now, uh, what is a metadata? It is a data about data. Suppose we are saying that satellite image is data, right? Then about the satellite image, whether it is a whether it is a like uh, see, for example, it is a what is the like resolution of that satellite image, what is the path and row, when it was captured, what is the date of acquisition of data. So these things are the metadata. Data about data is always known as metadata. Okay, so it may be involve different type of metadata can be there. So it may be like in descriptive also it is there, in structural way how it is structured. So these are also see you have to go through this in detail. Now it is not possible in this very stipulated time to discuss everything, but just uh, just just you should know that what is a metadata, is data about data only. Okay, then a measured data. So it is like a quantitative information that is directly obtained through observation. Like suppose or any experiment. Suppose I am doing a surveying work. So directly I am surveying something, or I am getting the information. So that is a measured data. So how measured data is useful in geospatial analysis? We can use those data sets, and we can have different modeling. We can have different. Uh, we can go for some predictive models and all. Okay, इसको छोड़िए. Uh, Now, in some time we need to import the data, right? And also some maps, suppose we have prepared, so those maps can be exported to a different format. Like we can get the database in an import manner through CSV files, API, web scraping, and so many other supported data sets are there, which is supported in GI. Okay. Now, converted data. Sometimes what happens? Suppose a person, a surveyor is there, and he has or she has collected some data in a particular area, and those or in a form of suppose latitude, longitude, and some other related fields are there. So that data has to be converted into a GIS computable platform, right? So this is known as conversion of data set, or it can be some other applications are also there. Any other data sets that can be converted, and it has to be in a GIS compatible manner. Okay, so this is about your first unit. Then some other sources of uh, different data like raster data are there, vector data are there. So we are going to discuss about the uh, sources in raster. So what are the sources? Okay, now you can see that actually what is a raster data. See, actually it is nothing but it is a consist of some data is in the form of some cells or pixel. So each of the specific value, or each pixel, it represents a particular information, or in terms of color or elevation, and some other information, temperature, and some other information can be extracted from a raster data set. Very best example is your satellite imagery. That is an example of raster data. Okay. So in later on we are going to discuss about vector, but you should know that what is a vector. It is It represents the information in a matrix of like some points, line, and polygons, right? So now, importance of raster data. What are the application of raster data? Like it plays a very pivotal role, very important role in remote sensing. You know, the satellite imagery, aerial imagery. These are the example of raster data, and it is very useful in the monitoring of environmental changes, climate change, access of land use, and so many things. Okay. Now, what is the role of in GIS? In GIS, you know that we have to go for some pattern analysis, some decision can be taken in urban planning, environmental management, and some other applications. So, etc. Application. GIS can be useful, and the raster data sets can be added into the GIS platform, and then we can have the information, right? As I was talking, some satellite images are sources of raster data like Sentinel, Landsat, and so many Indian satellites are there. We can have resource set data. We can have IRS series of data. So many Indian platforms are there. Then I know aerial photography are also very important source of raster data. And see some public data set like in a government agency you can have different data sets like from Survey of India, then satellite imagery, environmental data. These are freely accessible to public to some extent. And also there are different portals are there, open access portals are there. By accessing that, you can have the information, you can have the data, right? And also in commercial purpose, so many private players are there who provide the data, right? Now, some example, and also in some cases you can have the data. You can collect the data through flying of drones or UAV machinery, right? And some other applications are there. Some other sources are there like lidar data, radar data. That is also play a vital role. Then I was talking about outsource data. You can get the data through outsource information. And nowadays Internet of Things IoT devices are there. By using those data we can get the information. Like suppose in some area we are having the installation of some sensor which is capable of capturing the temperature, humidity, air quality in a real-time basis. And these data sets are transferred to our designated like server and some other application where we can get the real-time data. Uh, okay, it is very useful like in the forecasting of meteorological kind of thing, forecasting of rainfall, forecasting of some temperature-based things. These are very useful. Now, in what are the sources of vector data? Okay, in vector, uh, as I was talking that what is a vector data? It is vector data represent in the form of point line polygon. But as we were talking about the raster data, always is represented by satellite image and aerial photographs. So this is the very difference, the basic difference of vector data. But yes, as like as raster data, it also having different impedance. It is having different impedance and like types of vector data. It may be in the form of points, a particular location, a street, or some other like point information can be collected. Then, in a line, it may be a linear feature, it may be a road, a river, multiple points, so these things can be like incorporated or can be represented through a line. And when you talk about different areas like closed shape, it may be a lake, it may be a like forest boundary. So they are basically represented through a polygon. So point, line, and polygons play vital role. Then what are the primary data sources for vector? You can see that some survey or field data collection that always play a vital role, and also like in satellite image also play a vital role in primary sources. But now question is that sir, in raster image, the satellite image, it act as a primary source for both of them, for both like raster and vector. It is fact because if you are having a satellite image, by using those satellite image, if you are going to extract the information that where is my water body, where is my forest boundary, where is my wetland area, so these things can be extracted from the satellite imagery. Okay, so that is a uh, so in this format or in this way, satellite imagery or real imagery can also be a primary data in vector. Okay, now what are some other sources like existing maps, some online data repositories? These also play a vital role in source of uh, uh, vector data. As I was talking about satellite image and also aerial photography, they also play a vital role in uh, source of data is concerned. Then traditional mapping technique, we can have some cartographic method, we can have some manual surveying. So by using these also, we can have the source of GIS data. Okay. Then in very important, that is a global positioning system. So GPS, that we call it as GPS. So GPS always plays a vital role in getting the uh, data. Okay. Then uh, now question is that what is the future of remote sensing and also GIS? So you can see that nowadays there is an integration of I can see uh, different platform like AI, ML, and new technology are coming, right? So there is an expansion of new domains like uh, as we talked about analytics and new platform like IoT and all. So there is a conversion, or there is an I can say that integration of different technology right now it is going on. Right? Then see, based on your syllabus only, now we have to discuss about some special analysis tools. Okay, so what are the tools? These tools may be a different software uh, that is used to get a, information or to analysis your both raster and vector data. Okay, so in historical, if you will think that earlier it was very difficult to get satellite image and all, but nowadays now it is very easy to access different data sets, and now it is expanding in a very drastical way, right? Then now see, you can have RGS software, you can have QGIS software. These are the desktop-based software. So RGS is it is not a free one, but QGIS, that is Quantum GIS, it is a open source software. So you can use both of them for your different spatial analysis like 3D modeling, data visualization, and all, and so many other applications are there. Okay. Now, some web-based solution right now it is going on, right? You can use Google Earth Engine. It is a kind of codes are used here. For example, suppose I am interested to capture the satellite image of Landsat series of Bhubaneswar city. Then, if I am going to run some specific your code, then it is going to download the data, and you are going to get the output, right? In the same way, Mapbox is also another powerful mapping platform that also offer customized map and visualization tools, right? Then some programming libraries. This is very important. See, we are not going to talk in detail, but you should know that GeoPandas, Folium, then nowadays use R. So these softwares are very useful if you are working on GIS. Now some spatial analysis that is very useful in GIS like buffering analysis, overlay analysis, spatial interpolation techniques are there. These are very useful, right? Then some geostatistics like rigging techniques, bariogram techniques, and so many other statistical based applications can be integrated in GIS. Right now, I'm just leaving this environmental monitoring is not required. Okay, now we talked about different raster data set, vector data set, and all, but now thing is that we need to have a accuracy, right? In terms of measurement and all, but and also we have to manage it, we have to retrieve the data, we have to storage is an issue, and if sometimes see, if we are not capable of manage in a very accurate way, then also it creates so many challenges, right? Now, uh, in the last part of your today discussion, we are going to discuss about some dedicated programming language. See, what are the programming language which are useful for in JS, right? So, uh, and what are the actually importance? See, nowadays, if you are going to have a knowledge of like uh, Python, then .NET, Java, and you are able to integrate these things with your special data, then definitely your chance of getting a good job with a very handsome salary is very easy. But if you know only GIS, only map making, then you are not going to get a good job. So my sincere advice is to all of you, those who are interested in seeking a career in GIS. So please explore yourself, or please have a knowledge of integrated technology like remote. You should have remote sensing knowledge, you should have GIS knowledge. Along with that, you should be also prepared for uh, .NET, Java, and all, because no doubt for your career enhancement, but your working style, your accuracy will be very it will be a very higher. Okay, in higher side, you are going to be considered anywhere, right? So, some popular library, that's GeoPandas, then your .NET, Java, then very important is the GeoServer are there. These are useful. Okay. Then I was talking about some statistical package like R. R is very powerful actually, and also it is very uh, popular when GIS and integration of statistics are concerned. Then, if you are interested for some web mapping and some geospatial platform you want to make, in those cases, you need to have ideas about JavaScript, and .NET also plays a vital role. Okay. Now, what are the some other frameworks are also there, like we can have some RGS framework, different RGS framework. Then also you can have some QGIS. These also play a vital role, right? Then uh, see, uh, okay. Thing is that knowing only GIS is not going to play a very vital role for you. But if you are having a good idea about integration of different data sets, like see nowadays AI, ML, deep learning, machine learning, big data. So these terms nowadays we are listening such words, and we are working on that. So definitely it is very useful. Okay. So now, thing is that what is the next? So what is the future trends in geospatial programming? See, nowadays, as I was talking about, the integration of machine learning with AI. Okay. So now what is happening? Machine learning technique, they are useful in enhancing our processing, and also we are getting the data in a very accurate manner, and also some kind of predictive analysis is possible right now if you are using the help of machine learning with AI, okay, artificial intelligence. And don't think that if you don't have a background of computer science, then also you are able to learn machine learning and AI. Nowadays, anyone can learn it. There is no necessary to be a computer science graduate or computer science engineering student. It is not required at all. You can learn it very easily. Okay. Now, so the other trends are there, like cloud computing in geospatial analysis. Like, what are the benefits of cloud computing? Suppose you are having so many data and you want to keep it those data in a cloud server. Okay, and so examples are there right now. RGS Online, Google Earth Engine, they provide a very cloud-based solution, which is very useful to us. Okay, that's all for today. So now I am expecting some question or some discussion from you guys. Then otherwise we are going to wind up. Not possible to discuss for so many like 2 hours, not possible right now. So in coming days, we are going to discuss one. We are going to also plan for some practical work. So if anyone interested to have your thought, you can give your discussion. Anyone, or you can have your feedback. I'm expecting.
So good evening, sir.
Yeah, Binay Kumarji, बोलिए.
Yes, sir. Your lecture is very nice, sir. But we are new to this geoinformatics, sir.
Hmm,
We don't
hmm.
have any basics from our previous education. So
Okay.
kindly please share this PPT with
Ah,
us,
sure, sure, sure.
sir.
What I will do, I will share the yesterday one along with today also. Okay,
Thank
in
you,
that
sir. Thank you so much,
in that WhatsApp group. Right.
sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and another thing I can do apart from this, see, this 1 hour, 2 hours, it is very very less time. Okay, so you
Yes,
do
sir.
one thing, just go for QGIS that is freely available, Quantum GIS. If it is otherwise, I will do one thing. I will share a link, and you can download those software to your own laptop or computer. And
Okay, sir.
also I will share you some videos which
Sir.
describe how to use those data set or those software. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are already being taught the QGIS, some of the features of QGIS in our practical counseling sessions. I mean, there was a practical counseling session last month where
Hmm.
the counselor told us, taught us a few things about QGIS and layering processes and some. So I
Okay,
think.
no, but Mudita ji, now what is happening? See, QGS, that is okay, but if most of the company are in market, actually they are asking for nowadays RGS and RGS Pro actually.
Mm,
Okay, yeah. So what we can do, you can opt for RGS. No doubt that is not freely available, but still some other options are there, some backdoors are there. So you can get those software, and I can provide you some videos based on the
yes,
trainings. Okay, so
thank
I
you so
think
much.
that will be useful. Okay.
Yes. Also, sir, I wanted to ask that the
Mm-hmm.
softwares that you mentioned and that they are mentioned in in our syllabus also, the like QGIS and Saga and Grass and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
later you, in the slides it was there that right now they are being integrated with the AI and ML.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, sir, aren't these softwares like inbuilt? How are the two these domains are integrated? I mean, these softwares and the AI ML systems, how do they work together? How
Okay.
is in the
Okay.
industry, like how are they
Right.
integrating it?
Right. I'm giving you an example. See, you talked about QGIS, SagaJS, and some other. These are the open source software. Okay. So actually, in this software, na, AI ML is a very limited. It is integrated. Okay. But if you are opting for RGS Pro, okay, RGS Pro along with suppose RGS Enterprises, that is very very costly actually, like 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, like that it comes. That is not possible to have it. But what they are doing, particularly ISRI, what they are doing, they are having some inbuilt models like 90 to 100 numbers of models they have already uh, uh, by default it is coming with the software, right? For example, I am giving you a detection of uh, some cracks in a roof, right? A city like Delhi or some other old city, suppose if you want to detect the rooftop crack, right? So earlier, what was the condition? By using the satellite image and all, we need to have some manual ideas, some experience to detect that. But nowadays, what is happening now? They have trained their tools in such a way, wherever there is a tone, texture, color, based on the satellite imagery, the system or the particular models based on those AI and ML kind of things, they are able to extract those information like cracking your some roof based work, or maybe suppose some in some time identification of buildings, right? identification of buildings can also be done, and also some other example uh, like in a detection of some crop disease, like uh, okay, some crop disease can also be detected by using ML and AI. Okay, anyone you want to say something? Do one thing, everyone please be added to that uh, our है ना जो WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp group we have made it. Otherwise you can do one thing, uh, keep my number. I think yesterday also I have given. If anyone who has not added to the group, just this is my number. You can uh, send me a message. This is my WhatsApp number also. So I will add you. Okay, I have given my number. I think Smriti and Amal they are already in the group. I don't know they are there or not. Otherwise, I'm keeping these names and I will be adding. So, Mudita Shukla ji or Vinay Kumar or anyone else, if you are not added to the group, because I am going to share any information, new information or something like
So
this.
the group has already been made. I mean, I didn't get added anywhere.
Okay, so do one thing. You
I'll
just
send you my number.
yeah, no, I have already given my number here. So
Yes, sir.
you people just text me. I will be added.
Yes, sir.
I will
Okay.
be added. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Gokul, then all, please just send me a text message. This is my WhatsApp number, right? So I'll be adding one by one. Anyone else want to speak something? Else we will be closing today, and I am sharing the slides of right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir.